Hello. Hi. It's been a while. Yeah. Welcome to the video. We're gonna talk about some books. Don't mind my setup being a bit different. It's temporary. Just wanna check up with you guys. I also have you guys on top of a bunch of manga books. So if video moves and jiggles, that's why. You're not on 100% stable surface, is what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna try to not move too much. But I'm gonna try. And also it's cozy November, so it's the cozy lights right now and all that vibes. This is what we're going with. But hello, yes, welcome. I have read a bunch of books while I've been doing stuff and I would like to share some of that stuff. So grab your coffee, tea, snack, whatever you want, and let's talk about some books, shall we? So I have read 4 books that I want to talk about today. The first book is The Promise. This book was a heavy book to read, an uncomfortable book to read in a sense. It was about a white family that moved to Africa. They are living there in a house, I believe, or maybe a farm. A house for sure. It's kind of that culture shock with them not fitting in with the other people there, and also kind of certain racial things, like little subtle things. They really created a great book. Like they created this world that's so vivid and also so hard at the same time. Sometimes you feel bad, but sometimes you also feel like it's funny in a sense. But it makes you uncomfortable and puts you in situations that you wouldn't think of, is what I can say. And The Promise is a novel. It's one book. You follow different characters. They all start at a point in the book. I don't want to say too much. And then they kind of backtrack. So you see how they got to that point, which I find is really, really fascinating and really cool storytelling. How did they end up where they end up? So The Promise, awesome book. It deals with certain subjects with race and certain things like that. So just a little heads up. Great, great book. Really great book. Then I also read Small Worlds. Who is the author who did Open Water or Open Waters? I always forget. But it's the same author who did that book. Beautiful, beautiful book, Small Worlds. It's about a young character and his family dynamic, but also kind of his love life in England, London. It's a novel, it's around 200-300 pages, and the way this author writes is just so beautiful and impactful, and it feels like they don't have to say everything. You kind of just know like little nudges and stuff that you pick up on. And also if you really like music, same with Small Worlds I read and Open Water or Open Waters, the amount of music and like how they describe music and write music feels so vivid and feels so cultural, and I just adore that so much. Small Words is a very heart-wrenching book, a very beautiful book. The main character's relationship with their family, and they go through hardships with them, and also like kind of disappointing your family, like you're supposed to go in a certain way and then you don't do that certain thing, dealing with that stuff. Small Worlds, amazing. I'm glad I read it. I would love to read more and more and more of this author. Love it so much. Then I also read the book Sorrow and Bliss. This book was a hard one. This is a novel also. Maybe it's like 350 pages. I think it was a little bit longer. You follow Martha, I believe. It's a female character, and throughout her life and her relationships and such. And it deals a lot with mental health And Marfa is different, special in a way. You love her as a character, but you also despise her because she's so mean and rude and nasty at times. The way they wrote these characters feels so alive and heart-wrenching, and I found it quite hard to read Sorrow and Bliss at certain times because it felt so real, and it's also dealing with mental health, depression and such stuff. In the book, Marfa has a diagnosis, but they never say what she has. It's up to you as a reader to make that up in your mind. And I think that's kind of cool, actually. And also nice that, you know, you don't label if a person has this, they're gonna act this way, you know? So I think it's pretty genius that they don't say what she has and you follow her pattern and see how she is. But yeah, Sorrow and Bliss is definitely one of my faves for the year. Like, I was thinking of stopping reading this book because it was so hard to read about the mental health stuff. For me. Just a me problem, you know? But I'm glad that I read it and I'm glad that I finished it, and I would like to read some more of this author because lovely book, and the book cover that I got was like stunning. This character just face planting a wall basically. It was so cute, and I'm like, me. Relatable. So yeah. And the last book I read is Afterparties Stories. This is a novel, but all the stories are short stories. I believe it is like 9 stories, maybe 8, but 9 I think. And you follow different characters, Colombian characters. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I read all these books. And the way it's written, it is very easy to follow. And some stories are funny. Some stories are weird and strange, and some stories are just, you know, sadness. But it was a good time. I enjoy Afterparty stories, and I always like these like short stories things when you get different characters and their little perspectives and stuff throughout their lives, and I think it's so cool. And I enjoyed their work. I like the book cover also. And sadly, the author of this book I'm aware of has passed away. But I wouldn't mind to discover some more of their works and dive into that too. Afterparty Stories is a mess of so many things, and I feel like it's kind of like a hit. Like you get a little bit of everything, so you get a little bit of every genre in a sense. Yeah. Those are the 4 books that I have read recently. Been a while since I read them, and I'm kind of that person that I forget what I read. I'm very much of a vibe person. I just vibe, you know. It's all about the vibes. So sorry if this video is a little bit short. I'm reading some new books now. I finished Yellowface recently. Yellowface was bananas. That was cray. And oh yeah, I read Life of Pi also. Yeah, I'm going strong. I'm at 63 books so far this year. And you know, can I make it to 69? That is the question. Very important. I would like to do a little like wrap up of the books I've read so far this year and which ones are my favorites and surprises and all that stuff. So that might be coming out soon, but I wanted to make sure to film out these first before I got anything other done. So yeah, thank you for joining me on this random little book video with my janky setup. If you made it all the way here, please like the video and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will see you guys in the next book video, whatever that will be. If it will be a yearly wrap-up video or talking about other books video. Either way, there's gonna be more book videos, so don't worry. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be more books. Thank you so much for joining. Take care. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay? Bye-bye.